Carmichael gets a good start. He sits in third. Chad Reed, he's going to take the lead. Stewart right behind Carmichael in fourth. And stuck in the middle is Jeff Gibson. Gibson's going to get a wild view here as Carmichael blasts past into second.
Everything's lined up here. We're going to have Stewart's back and forth, but our top three riders are out front. This is what we all want to see. One last great battle between these three awesome competitors.
Last season was a perfect storm as far as Supercross was concerned for an entire year. We get one more look at it right here. And these three great riders put on a spectacular show. And Carmichael willing to give it his all one more time as he battles Reed for the lead.
He knows he's got no time to waste. He wants to try to make a move on Reed right here.
There it is.
The crowd go crazy.
Reed tries to come back. Boy, the crowd spurred him on.
You talk about it. They are reacting to this. And they know number 7's coming too. He's a local boy also here from Florida. The excitement is just unbelievable. You see flashes going off on every part of the stadium from every seating section. And we're only on the second lap.
It has been an electric night here in Orlando. No question about it. Carmichael, by the way, wearing the orange riding gear. He won 13 in a row back in 2001 in orange. He's got all 48 Supercross wins marked off on the back of his jersey, and he's also got the 5 #1 plates also emblazoned on the jersey. And across the bottom, as you watch his mother and father watching this from the sidelines, it says Ricky and the Mickey Mouse font, one of his favorites.
Well, I tell you what, if anybody can manage to harness all this energy from the crowd and all the emotions and everything that's gone on in his life these last couple days, it's Carmichael.
Back to Ricky up front. Jeffy makes a little bit of an adjustment to the left control on the bike. Banged it out a little bit.
Yeah, he's adjusting the clutch lever there. Not quite as comfortable as what he wanted it to be.
This, by the way, the battle for the points lead. Reed in front of Stewart. The championship lying right here. Oh, Reed with a big problem, and Stewart takes over second.
And Reed missed the triple. I don't know what he did there. He is very lucky that he didn't get landed on. Fortunately, Stewart was off to the right.
Now, can Stewart reel in Ricky Carmichael? What epic battles these two have had over the last year.
I know all these guys have a lot of respect for Ricky, but they also know what the importance is of not only points, but how prestigious it is to go after a guy like Ricky Carmichael, chase him down and win this event. They're not going to let him. They're not going to let him win this. If Ricky comes away with the win tonight, he's going to have to earn it. There's no doubt about that.
49-0. Carmichael just getting faster.
And Stewart was a 49-1, so he's about a second and a half. I'm sorry, 2/10 of a second off of Carmichael right now.
And after the end of the second practice, I was standing in Carmichael's pit when he rolled in, and he looked at me and he said, 0.05 of a second slower than Stewart. He was furious. He wanted it bad. He's got him right now.
These are the world's two best Supercross racers. One rider going after his first championship and the other in his final main event of his illustrious career.
And they're pulling away from Reed.
And it is a battle royale. These guys, over the years, have so much focused on lap times and battled each other for the lap time supremacy and be the fastest guy. Both riders have the fitness that it takes to race 20 laps wide open, and that is what they're doing right now.
And James Stewart has told you and I before that he lives for the opportunity to raise his game every time Ricky Carmichael shows up in the game. So you know James is giving it everything he has on that monster Kawasaki. But it's the Makita Suzuki out front.
And I think he pulled on him a little bit there. I think a couple of bike links going to be real hard to measure.
And look at the gap back to Reed. These two up front pulling away.
Stewart was faster by about 0.4 of a second. And right there in the whoop section is where he is making it up. He has got the Kawasaki dialed in, and he's carrying a lot of momentum going across that whoop section.
Jeannie and Rick Carmichael watching. Ricky's grandfather is here as well. Big Rick's father.
I think the whoop section's going to tail the tail. You know they're going to race it clean. Stewart's got a lot of respect for Ricky. This is a big race for both these guys.
Well, Ricky knows that that number 7's back there and coming hard. He just doesn't know when he's going to arrive on the scene. Does he know he's here now? Can he hear him?
Oh, yeah, you can hear it. You can feel it. He's raced for a lot of years. Now watch the whoop section right now. Watch how much speed Stewart carries across there. Close right in on the back of Carmichael.
Frightening the pace that Stewart is willing to run through those whoops. That is just total commitment.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Carmichael's last Supercross.
Jeannie cheering her son on. Big Rick watching.
Now the pressure hits. Carmichael's been in this position so many times in his career, racing against Reed, Stewart, McGrath, all of the greatest Supercross racers. Let's see if that experience can pay off right here one more time.
The one thing about Ricky Carmichael is that over the years he has constantly had to find a way to up his game to battle the guy who was the best along with him at the time, like you mentioned, McGrath. And now he had to change his game to match Stewart's pace. He did that last year. Can he do it again tonight? Almost to the halfway point.
Carmichael seems to be a little bit better in his turns, a little bit better on the rest of the track. Although Stewart is absolutely flying through the whoops.
And traffic is going to come into play here in a little while.
Very soon. Track's getting pretty rough. You can see the berms starting to get blown out. A little bit of braking bumps, acceleration bumps starting to form in the turns.
We're going to take a quick break from Orlando. We'll be right back for more of the main after this.
It was a world without
and peace of mind 24 hours a day. Call now.
Welcome back to Orlando. Ricky Carmichael in his final AMP Mobile Supercross main event leads here in the Citrus Bowl. James Stewart hot on his trail as they're about to catch the lap traffic.
Now it gets interesting, Ralph. These guys have got to move out of the way and let the show go on.
Cole Siebler on the 90 does just that. And they know if Ricky's coming by, Stewart can't be far behind. Oh, no! Stewart up over the top blocks, but what a save! But that buys Ricky a few feet.
That may be just what he needs at this point of the race. On Ricky makes a little mistake, misses the triple in, and Stewart closes right back up on the back of him. Watch through the whoop section. Stewart has got it dialed. He's going to carry a lot of momentum. Look how fast he comes out of the turn, wide open on that 450 Cowie.
Absolutely fearless is James Stewart through the whoops. I don't think I've ever seen another rider attack the whoop section like James Stewart.
Here they come. They're closing in on Thomas. He's got to get out of the way and let this race keep going for the lead.
Jason Thomas, a seasoned veteran, does just that.
I tell you what, Ralph, this is what these two riders live for. They've trained their whole life. They dreamed about this when they were little boys. Came up through the amateur ranks, lights racing, to have a battle like this.
Let's go back and look at what happened to Stewart. Could have been a huge moment.
You see right here, Clark's down. Stewart tries to cut underneath, goes right over that tough block. So fortunate that it didn't take his front wheel or back wheel and kick it to the side. Now we still have a great battle for the lead.
Carmichael, a quick look over his shoulder, almost as if to say, come on, James. Let's have
Here
some
we go.
fun.
To the inside.
Here's Stewart! Side by side, but no contact, and he can't get it done.
What do you do in this situation?
And traffic again in the play.
But Stewart was racing him clean. Look right here.
Oh, boy, Stewart with the lead. Woo. Can Ricky mount a charge back?
You notice there's not too many lappers here now to help Ricky out, to help slow that momentum that Stewart has. Look at that, 4 or 5 bike links right away.
Carmichael hanging with him. The pace has been furious, Jeff. 48.7, Carmichael's best. 48.4, the best for James Stewart. Let's go back and take a look at the pass for the lead.
Right here, it just comes on the inside of him. It was really clean. They were being real nice to each other. A lot of respect there. And look how fast Carmichael is attacking his bolt turns now. This has always been Ricky's strength, is the turns. Stewart's strength, the whoop section. Look how far he pulls out right there. 2, 3 bike links just through one whoop section.
What is the difference there? What does he do that everybody else doesn't?
Well, he just can't, a lot of it has to do with bike setup. Ricky emphasizes the turns a little more than the whoop sections. Stewart, just the opposite.
Well, Stewart is not able to leave Ricky behind tonight. Ricky staying right with him.
Last Supercross of his career, he's leaving everything on the table. He's giving it his best. He was so close qualifying practice to having fastest lap time. I think it's just incredible that a rider in his position is leaving it all out on the table at the point that he is in his life now.
Let's go back and show you the progressive replay to the whole shot.
Right there, Chad Reed, 22, comes right out of the middle, ducks down to the inside. That's the progressive direct hole shot.
To see this and other hole shots from throughout the season, visit holeshotheaven.com. Reed, by the way, 11 seconds behind this battle.
These guys are hitting some traffic. Stewart's making mistakes. Carmichael's making mistakes. This is an all-out war right now.
They've got to be getting tired, Jeff. This pace has been unbelievable. Carmichael coming
Here
back.
it comes.
And the crowd getting back on their feet. One final epic battle between two of the best riders in the history of the sport.
This is amazing. This is what these guys live for, what they've trained their whole lives for. It's coming right
Here's
down to it.
Carmichael trying that inside line. Almost.
The lappers are definitely getting in the way right now. You see Voss there on the 13, 40. Everybody's getting the flag to get out of the way. The leaders are coming through.
You saw the sign. 5 laps to go in your Supercross career. How much more inspiration could you need? Oh, Carmichael just railed that corner.
Here we go. They're backing up in the final turn. Look how close they're getting. Carmichael's right there.
He can snip the fumes from the exhaust pipe off that big Cowie from that position.
Listen to
Here
the
he
crowd.
comes, side by side. Back to the inside. Carmichael's in the lead again. Oh,
Takes a look over. He's going to have to back it down, cut back in.
how much fun can they be having right now? And Stewart, once again, the whoop section benefiting the rider on the number 7.
Track is really getting difficult right now. There's a lot of ruts. You can see in that turn starting to form. Carmichael switching up his line. He's got 3 laps to go in his Supercross career, and he can win main event number 49.
Ricky Carmichael has raised the bar so far on so many of the statistical categories of this sport. You have to wonder what James Stewart's stats will be when he is all said and done. And what a fitting end for Ricky's career to be battling James here in his final race. Aaron, what an amazing battle tonight.
It most definitely is. This is exactly how James had wanted it. When we talked to him earlier this afternoon, he said all the pressure is on Ricky Carmichael's shoulders this weekend and none is on him, even though this is a hometown race for him as well. All the hype is about Ricky. This is exactly where he wants it to be at this point in time.
That would be in the lead. Carmichael saw the sign, 3 to go. Plenty of time to mount one more challenge, Jeff.
That it is, and we got a little bit of lappers coming up once again.
including Kevin Windham, which means they're up to 8 as far as how far they've lapped into the field.
Windham and Villman, I'm sure these guys that get the blue flag, they know what's going on. They're seasoned veterans. You see Windham pulling out of the way, letting this race happen.
Ricky has always found a way to dig a little bit deeper, to find a little more strength. Can he find just an ounce or two more? He begins his, a bit of a mistake there. He begins his stock car career next weekend. The series moves on to Indianapolis. Ricky goes to Lake City, Florida.
One to go, and he's mounting a charge.
They just went by Villman in our onboard camera. One final lap in the Supercross career on the Amp Mobile Tour for the greatest of all time. And his protege.
Carmichael pulls the tear off. He knows this is it. He's got to hit this whoop section. Good to stay close.
Great job is right. Gosler giving the words to his rider. Here they go. Last couple of straightaways. Stewart holding him off to the final corner, and James Stewart will win in Orlando, and Ricky Carmichael will finish second in the final Amped Mobile Supercross race of his career, and an incredible, epic battle to the finish for these two amazing riders. We'll come back to talk to them right after this.
Tonight on the Speed Report, the F1 season kicked off in Australia. Could a rookie win in his first start? Plus, a wild finish at Sebring. And Ricky Carmichael says goodbye to Supercross. The Speed Report, tonight 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on Speed.
Wednesday, it's not for the pink slip.
Nothing better than winning.
It's for the green.
10,000